usually a curfew here that tell you get off the stage, but here's what. I broke my ankle. That's why I couldn't move around, guys. Could you see I couldn't move? I was doing lots of hand movement. I did it again. I was playing with my grandkids and I broke my ankle. Okay. All right, so I want to move the energy in the room right now. I want everybody hands in the air. We're going to do reach out and touch with this beautiful, incredible orchestra. Okay? Reach out and touch, hands in the air, everybody. Move the energy. Move it around. And sing with me if you know the words. Come on.
If other people's success drove me crazy because I helped them, I'd be nuts. Look how many people I done did that for. People that people don't even know, like Lee Daniels. You know what I'm saying? And, I watched The Butler. I can't watch The Butler because he owes me money and he's being a little flaky. You know what I'm saying? Like his kind of success fucks with me a little bit because he's just being a little bit flaky. So I gotta wait till we can get that sorted out. But it'll get sorted out. Trust me. His success guarantees my retribution. You know what I'm saying? Because as long as he's making money, I'm alright. He don't have to give that. I gotta get that back. You know what I mean? Because you got it. You can't just have it and not give it to me. You know what I mean? That's crazy. The amount of people that use the black card on me, and not that you have to, because I'll do it anyway, but then don't reciprocate, that's the shit that's shocking. How many motherfuckers that are conscious of culturally how we don't stick together, and then when they have the opportunity, the same motherfuckers that are preaching it completely are the epitome of it. It's crazy. I don't know if it's a blindness. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? That's aggravating. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's like not being evolved. You have to be really insecure to be dirty like that. You know what I mean? Like, to me, the more someone cheats, the more they must think they can't win. You understand what I mean? Like, if you cheat, that means... Like, if I cheat on a test, it's because I don't know the answers, right? So if I'm going to cheat in business or I'm going to cheat in anything, it's because I don't think I'm going to win, honestly. I don't believe in myself. I got to cheat. So someone that believes in themselves completely, they're not going to cheat. A real confident, arrogant motherfucker plays fair. Because he don't have to cheat. I got to cheat for. I'm not giving you, I'll spot you 10. A real, like, if somebody, think about it, you get on the court, somebody, I'll spot you 10, you're not happy about that. You're like, nah, dog. Stop that. Zip, zip.
What's up, you guys? What is up? Hold on, let me get this out the way. Squad in the building. Y'all have the number available. I want to continue the calls from the first conversation before I had my cord. Now that we back in the office, I'm situated. Look, I got everything over here, honey. I got 2-3 computers. This is the heavy computer. I got 2-3 computers. I got the big desktop and I got this one, so I can't cut off over here. Cannot. I done ate my pizza, my belly full, I got my water on deck. I am ready to talk now. Are we ready to dive in? This bitch better have my money. Do I need to play some Rihanna to get us crunk? Because clearly, it's some people out there that don't understand. That does not understand how your bank account does not mean that they are rich. Friends, family, associates, and people who want you to invest in their business, leechers, moochers, hangers on, whatever it may be. At the end of the day, like what I make, what you make is your money. Okay? If I choose to assist in your business venture, if I choose to assist, you fell behind a little bit and I choose to help you. Hell, if I fall behind a little bit and you choose to help me, at the end of the day, you deserve your money back just like I deserve my money back. So I don't understand how it's so many people out there who are saying, Dame shouldn't have done that. Dame shouldn't have confronted him. Dame, it was wrong for him to put him on blast on social media. At what point do you have to dictate how and when someone gets upset? How and when someone gets angry? How and when someone manages, the things that they do? Because at the end of the day, me putting you on blast on social media, that's a small thing besides me, coming up to you or sending somebody to pop you in the face or something like that. Like, in that case, I'm risking my jail time, they jail time, all of that, like my personal safety, all of that. When it comes to money, you don't play with nobody's money. I don't care if it's $5 or $5 million. You do not play with nobody's money. If somebody generously loans you some money, why don't you just give them their money back? I mean, I know your credit bad with Sears and Target and the gas company and the water company, but when it comes to an individual who gives you some money, give them their money. And I'm like, your credit needs to be good too, but that's a whole nother can of paint. Because my thing is, I'd rather Sears or Target or somebody like that write it off. Because they're gonna write it off on their taxes. They gonna, they good at the end of the day. But when it becomes an issue where your personal funds is getting involved, like, Dame Dash deserves his money. Tell him to call my attorney. Look, Dame done filed so many lawsuits already. Outspoken. Like, at the end of the day, like, having judgments against somebody, that's not putting money in your bank account. That's not putting food in your children's mouths. That's not, paying your debts, paying your car note, paying your insurance, paying, all the things you need to do, helping you travel. That's not doing that. So, lawsuits are great. Trust me. I'm a firm believer. I'm a firm believer in lawsuits. But in the meantime, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And then think about it this way. It's been 2 years. Think about all the interest, all of the projects Dame Dash could have been working on with his money. Like, he's out of more money than it was he gave. So imagine he got $2 million. Lee Daniels cut him $2 million today. Hell, basically, shit, you owe me about $4-5 million with inflation, income, taxes. Like, you owe me way more than what I loaned you at this point, because A, you didn't honor the deal. You did not honor the deal. And B, it took you this long to even, insinuate that I may get some coins. Yeah, you're right. I owe you, is what he said in the video. But how is that helping me? You admitted you owed me. How is that helping me? Like, pay me my coins. Be on a payment plan. Send me, 100 million every month for 10 months, something for 20 months or whatever. Something. Give me what you owe me. Hold on, let me call into this conference call. And okay, a lot of you are comparing the Monique situation. Hold on. With the Dame Dash situation, as if, Dame's relationship with Lee Daniels kind of absolves Monique of this, lets us see that maybe she's not being as messy as we feel. And while I agree that Monique deserves, Monique's situation to me is a bit different. Hold on, let me turn this down. Phone number 347-514-7350. PIN number 429-8651. The phone number is the same as the last video. Let me get my mind together. 347-514-7350. PIN number 429-8651. I feel like in the Monique situation, Monique versus the Dame Dash situation, they both are right in their own way, but it's two totally different situations. Dame Dash loaned him money. He clearly is being a snake about it. Monique, on the other hand, was employed by Daniels in a movie. He treated her, horribly, I'm assuming, based on, what they've been going back and forth with in the media as far as, paying her what she felt like she owed and vice versa. Um, it does give you, some type of insight into Lee Daniels' character, but I don't know if it totally absolves Monique. Because what if, okay, if Lee Daniels was to come out right now and say, Monique's not hard to work with, would that make everything better? Would that make, like I said yesterday, I just feel like with Monique, it's some things that she has to do personally in order to, move on. I don't know. It's so hard because a lot of times when, some things will stick. Things will just totally stick to you. The things that, people say about you, they will stick. So, but it's up to you to like move forward and prove that some of those things aren't true. It's not totally up to that other person who lied on you or spread, these rumors. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know. I do believe that, Monique has an issue, clearly, but we ain't gonna even talk about money. We talk about Dame Dash, and we talk about Lee Daniels, and we talk about this money that Lee Daniels owes Dame Dash. In addition to the $2 million, Dame invested in what was going to be the Richard Pryor biopic. It never came to fruition because Lee Daniels began to get a whole bunch of other projects, i.e., Empire, Star, and the Richard Pryor documentary never happened. Biopic never happened. So he was promised, I think it was like however many millions, producer credit, a percentage of the royalties, and all of this. And here we are years later. The movie hadn't even been in production. Nothing's happened. So he wants that money too. So it's like, what was he supposed to do? Wait on his $2 million, wait on his $5 million, keep filing lawsuits, keep paying attorneys. Like even putting him on blast is not getting him no money, but at least it's getting it out there and it's making other people look at Lee a little bit differently, so that they will be a little bit hesitant to cut him a check in the future. Because if he looking for other investors, other people who want to make another movie happen, or indie film or whatever, maybe they, may reconsider. So I'm all for him putting him on blast because, if I can't get my money, you don't need to be getting no money from nobody else. Point blank, period. So, you would have paid the first time he put you on blast. Yeah, I mean, most people. My thing is, if there was an issue paying, if he had any intention of paying, he would have, paid something, said something, made arrangements, talked about it, did something, but he didn't do that. Like, I guess, like Dame Dash said in the Instagram post, he went ghost. I didn't hear from him. I couldn't find him until I seen him on, working on The Butler, till I seen him working on Empire, till I seen him doing this. And meanwhile, you sitting over here fuming because you $2 million short in your bank account. Like, where does that come into play? How does that work? She did that to Charlemagne, calling him by his government. Oh, y'all still talking about Monique, child. I just don't. I don't know if this vindicates Monique. I mean, it does give us, a little insight. Lee Daniel isn't completely wrong, but we already knew he was a little bit shady. He went, when the whole situation came about with Monique, Lee Daniels pretty much went on a media tour, and they were going back and forth with each other and basically saying, yes, Monique is hard to deal with. And Monique was going on, another media on other outlets saying this, that, and the third about Daniel. So they was at a war with each other. So it was giving other people another perspective, like, damn, it is, this relationship between this producer and the actress is kind of messed up. So, not to say that Monique doesn't deserve to get her story told, but again, like I said yesterday, I just feel like she should have done it a different way. And she still has time. It's not over till it's over, but I just feel like she still, it's some work that she needs to do on her end to make sure that her career is, going to move forward in a positive direction. Which is why you never gave up. I've never given her the biz either. I like talking about it because it does create conversation and it does create, people actually have been in the same positions in their workplace, in their daily lives. As a Black woman, there are things that we go through every day. So Monique's situation isn't unknown, isn't, different to all of us. But, it's just the way she has gone about it. Put her foot on their necks. Definitely that. Definitely that. So, are we in the building? Let's see who's here today. Tyson Girl, Royalty. Okay, Outspoken, K Boogie, Amber. All right, SJAMPM. Hazel Blue. I cannot see. Oh, my light's still down from earlier. Duh. Okay, now I can see. That's better. Spending more money just to get my money. Exactly, Messy Blanks. And again, we talked about that earlier. I've been there. And so you can't tell nobody how to react, how to get mad about a situation that's theirs. Like, at what point do you just pay up? Just do what's right. Just apologize. Do something. Like he said, Lee Daniels with Ghost. Why do you think he tagged him in the post? Maybe he wants him to say something. Maybe, people have been calling him a liar, saying, Lee Daniels hasn't said he owed you $2 million. Nobody believed he owed you $2 million. But at the end of the day, like the same thing with Monique. Monique is seeking a lot of, validation, and it's like, if Lee Daniels, as we said earlier, if he does come out and say, Monique was wronged, we were wrong, how would that improve her career? Unless he gives her a job, unless, he gets somebody else to hire her, unless those type of things, occur, how can, she positively move forward? Oh, caller 4011. You're on the line. Can you hear me? Hey.
Hello?
So what do you think about this situation?
Say it again?
What do you think about this situation? Was Dame wrong for putting it on blast?
Yeah. What I was saying, until I heard and actually saw, and I'm going to go back to Monique, and I'm in the business too. I'm a producer. I've got a show on Discovery Network. I'm executive producer of that. And I actually work with Dame Dash too as well on, he has a diabetes platform, and I have a diabetes platform, so we work together on our platform. But, when I saw Monique's thing yesterday, it was disturbing. And I'm a fan of Monique as far as her fight and her struggle. But when you tape somebody and put that out there like that, you've crossed the line. I mean, she could have talked all she wants. She could vent all day as she wants. But that is crossing a line that you can't even go back on. I mean, you just don't do that in general to anybody. I don't care whoever supports her, whoever believes that she's right in her fight. But taping this man is something you just don't do. As far as Dame and Lee Daniels, what we're seeing here is something that I deal with too as well, that we don't support each other. As black people in this business, in this world, we don't support each other. So here you have Dame Dash, who gave this man money. We all know Lee Daniels got the money. A lot of people might have thought that Dame was talking trash and he really didn't owe this man money. And now you saw for a fact that this man owes him money. And we know Lee Daniels is got bank and he can give this man his money. But once again, I think it goes back to, we do a good job as black folks of tearing each other down, ripping each other apart. We have no power when it comes to anything. I don't care whether it's political, whether it's entertainment, whether it's whatever it may be. we don't support each other. We have to work too hard to get something when somebody else can pull us up. If we all kind of work together, and even in that call with Monique and Tyler, you know, there was some hope there that Tyler looked like he wanted to see her win.
He did.
I think if he
I heard that.
He did. He did. If she would have addressed that call in a different way and said, you know, how can you help me get back where I need to be? Tyler was ready to do something, but you know, she wanted this man to get on TV and say he lied, he did all. Let's move past that.
Yeah,
let's move past.
Like I was saying, she wants some sense of validation.
Yeah, and you know what? With that phone call she just did that she is, that she's done. I mean, she's no longer with ICM.
Wow.
Yes, she's no longer with ICM. I don't know who's representing her now. If you could hear, you know, to me, if I was Tyler when I heard that call, I would have wanted to slap Sydney because, I mean, Sydney ain't on his level. Sydney ain't on Tyler's level. And the way he was talking to him was like, you know, I would have been like, dude, you ain't nobody to be talking to me like this. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I think that's why they kept saying, I don't want to talk to Tyler the billionaire. I don't want to. We want to talk to Tyler. We don't want to talk to Tyler the billionaire. It was too much. It was way too much. The call itself was too much. Putting the call out was too much. Everything. It didn't make anything any better for them, in my opinion. So.
Yeah. And once again, I see somebody said KJ that it had to be on tape. No, it didn't. I mean, if you know in your heart somebody did you wrong, and Tyler took the time to make that call, then that's all you need. You know what I'm saying? Focus on getting your career back because right now nobody wants to touch you. Not airing a tape. Who's gonna ever talk to her? She can't call nobody else and have no phone conversation with them. I said that yesterday. You know, these people are taping her.
I said that yesterday. I'm like, no text, no correspondence. You already put out emails and everything else. Like, I don't even want to talk to you. Ain't no telling what you might put out. Like, no. you know?
No. I mean, I wouldn't want no baby mama, no girlfriend taping me. You know what I'm saying? Much less that some business situation like that, man.
Right.
I mean, Tyler ain't the type of person that you do that to. Not saying he's this, that, and the other thing, but I mean, give that man some respect to not put his personal business out there like that.
Right.
I mean, this woman has ruined her career. When did you stop and say, you know what? Let me get it back together. So to be honest with you, I was thinking about reaching out to Monique about one of my projects. You know what I'm saying? But after I saw that yesterday, there's no way I could even go that way because nobody would touch me or her with this project. And that's how everybody's gonna think.
So what do you think she needs to do going forward? I mean, you know, like, is there something she could do to redeem herself from all of this hubbub and this drama?
No, to be honest with you, no. She's crossed the line to the point where, you know, she's crapped on everybody. She goes on this TV show, and that's all she does is focus on exposing people. I mean, let's be real. Even her diction and the way she curses. I mean, you when do you not curse like that?
Yeah, I think there's a line she crossed between the comedian and the actress. You know what I mean? Like that whole cursing, and it's like we never know which Monique we gonna get. If we gonna get the hey my loves, or we gonna get the this bitch. You know, it's like I don't know. Go ahead.
But
I'm sorry.
When do you talk like that in natural
never.
life? I mean, who talks? I mean, she was so proud to say, "Yeah, this is how I talk, mother effer," and he go, when do you talk? Have a decent conversation with that man and say, Tyler, check this out. This is where I'm at right now. You know, how can you help me? Let's put this past us, brother. You know, obviously have respect for her, and let's move on. Get your career back together. Get your life back in order. Move past this negative stuff, man, and keep going. I get crapped on all the time in this business. But if your blessings are coming, keep going. If your blessings can't be stopped, keep going.
Keep moving.
But, move on past it because everybody else is moving on past it, and you got nothing else to do but move on past it because you can't keep going like this for the rest of your life because she ain't making no money. Them little club dates she's doing that where she's probably trashing everybody in the business ain't making her no money. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to move on, and it is time to get rid of Sidney as a manager because he's a problem. When I saw that yesterday and the way he was talking to Tyler, I'm like, yo, it's time for you to move on past it. You and him is too close.
Right. I mean, you got personal and business, and it's merging the two. It's not working. It's not working. I just, and I was saying yesterday.
You get crap.
I'm sorry.
Somebody said, Carla, you get crapped on, but it's not publicity. No, I don't care if I get crapped on. I'm not putting my publicity out there. You know what I'm saying? I've got a great reputation as a producer and a director, and I'm leaving it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting my personal business out there. If I come across a situation like what she did, I'm going to keep it on the low and keep it moving. I'll work on something else.
Right.
I'll do something else. But I'm not going to put my stuff out there where I become a mockery out here and I'm taping people and becoming scandalous, man. And I'm doing radio shows and TV shows, going on The View, going on all these talk shows, talking about how bad they did you. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's time to move on. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. Everybody loves
I appreciate it, sweetie. And I'm going to follow up with you because I got some stuff I want to share with you.
Well, what's your name? Are you going to tell me your name? Or, we on the low?
No, I put up shoot me an it's my show is on Discovery. It's called Reverse. It's the first ever diabetes reality show. And trust me, I own the show 150%. It's going on season 2. Nobody helped me with anything. When I have to go and ask black people for something, the first thing they want to know is how much they're going to get up front and what they're going to get on the back end. And unfortunately, I just work with white folks, man, because they believe in what I'm doing and they jump in and say, how can they help? They give all kind of leads and they put you in touch with people, man, and they say, listen, I don't even want nothing in return. But when I call a black sister, and I am sexy, by the way. Trust me, I am sexy. But when
my email is.
I am sexy. They can go to my website, charlesmaddox.com. CharlesMaddoxOCKS.com. I am sexy. But you know what I'm saying? But when I call a black sister to do PR, it's how much they want. If I talk to this one, it's how much they want. You know what I'm saying? It's not about lifting our people up. We need to lift each other up so we can all lift the next person up. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I can move forward, I can pull you up.
But we don't want to lowball. We don't want to lowball black people just because they black either. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like everybody deserves equal treatment.
You know what it is? It's not about lowballing. You know what it is? I want to empower people. So if let's say you do something and I do something, let's work together and make this paper together. Because if your fee is $1,500 a month, you only want to make $1,500 a month, or let's work together where we can make $300,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a partner with you. I want to pull you into what I'm doing so we can get cheddar together. Not take $1,500 a month as a PR person or as a marketing person or something like that, and you're limited to working for me for 3 months or 6 months or whatever it might be, right?
Okay.
So let's make money together, and that's how I look at it. Let's eat. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we all got kids to feed. Ain't nobody getting no younger. We could all make something. You know what I'm saying? So let's work together.
All right. Well, I'm going to reach out to you.
But I'm going to stay in touch with you, sis. Shoot me an email on this joint right here.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Caller 2100. You're on the line. Oops. Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
How you doing? This is Firestarter.
Hey, Firestarter. Hey, friend. How you doing?
I'm fine, Booski. I wanted to give my opinion. So, Dame Dash, we're in an age now where, not only with me, but with other people, we cannot go into verbal agreements with anybody anymore. And I'm just wondering if Dame Dash did that for tax purposes. But now you have to have paperwork with people. You have to have NDAs. You can't no longer go with verbal agreements, okay? Because people will F you over every time. Mm-hmm. But the beautiful part about this situation is that he said he was going to go public and somebody went public for him. Mm-hmm. So it was time to expose what needed to happen anyway, because there is a redistribution of funds that are going back to people that it is deserving of. Okay, a lot of people are being exploited, and I feel like Lee Daniels felt like Dame Dash's name was burnt in the industry, and nobody will listen to him.
Yep.
He feels like people probably thought that Dame Dash was crazy because he's such a shrewd businessman and he's relentless in that regard. So he kind of shat on him, and I don't think that was right, and I don't think that was fair, and I think that he should pay that man his money. Okay. As far as Monique is concerned, Monique is a host for a Parasite right now. Her husband is parasitic because she was making leeway with Tyler Perry. She was talking to him as a human being. Okay, and her husband, you can clearly see that her husband is insecure about her. He's jealous about her, and he does not want her to grow. He does not want her to grow. He wants her to remain as successful as she can be under his control and under his thumb. So when she saw that, when he saw that she was making some leeway with Lee Daniels, and they finally got to a place of respect, understanding, and they were moving forward, that's when he had to interject to insert his power and to insert the fact that, no, I'm in control here. She's not in control. And as you see, she became very quiet and very silent as he was speaking. Because
and that goes into
an inferior place.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm listening to you.
I was just saying that goes into the same thing that we were talking about earlier about how it's so many broken people involved in this situation. And Monique is broken. She got the background of molestation, the background of all these issues with her, her family. And then she's
being victimized all over again.
Exactly. By a man she calls daddy, who, she's in an open relationship with, who, everybody's looking at the whole relationship sideways at this point, and he's managing her entire life and career and everything. So it's like, well, you're right. It
is a pimp and whore mentality.
And I wanted to say that without saying that, but yes, that's how I see him.
It's a pimp and whore mentality, and Monique is a Sagittarius. She's my Sag sister. Saturn was in our sign. Saturn just came out of our sign. Whatever you don't implement or eliminate at this time as a Sagittarius will continue for the next 13 years. She is being led down the road of destruction by somebody who is jealous of her, who is envious of her, who is insecure himself, and he found a host, and he is parasitic. He's going to suck her dry. And she made leeway. She was almost at the cusp of being redeemed because Tyler Perry sat there and acknowledged his wrongs, but then to beat it, keep on beating him and browbeating him, and then to record him like that, that's not okay.
None of it's okay.
That's rule number one with the industry.
And like I said, even the recording didn't make her look any better. The recording made her look worse because you could hear Tyler even like offering to help. You could hear him offering what he thought his suggestions were, and they were cutting him off, talking in circles, and it's like
the husband was.
Yeah.
And she puts this persona out that she's black woman, hear me roar. But at the end of the day, she's just a scared little girl. She doesn't want to be alone. She doesn't want to, hurt this man's feelings. She doesn't want to, she wants to make him proud of her, where people were not proud of her growing up. She's looking for the validation through him that she didn't get from her family. You can have all these awards, you can have all this money, you can have all of these things going on, but that does not mean you can be rich in your pockets and poor in your heart. And she's still looking for that validation. And I do feel like when she played the role of in
Precious,
what was the movie Precious? I feel like that was the defining moment, because sometimes people go into their character and she never really came out of character. I believe that she was more of Precious than the mother in that moment. So she found somebody in that, this guy, she needs to get rid of him. She needs to divorce him. She needs to get rid of him. She's going down the road to destruction. And the only way that she can redeem herself is to make her own film, but who's going to back her up in that?
She tried that with Blackbird, and it wasn't a good project. I mean, I don't know. I want. My thing is, you see
Well, she
people.
could go over to Europe. She
She,
could. She. You know. A lot of these rappers, when they, when they lose their vigor here in the United States, they go over into Europe. So she could do that. I mean, that's the only thing that I can see that will be happening for her.
It'll be interesting to see.
I mean,
Like, I want her to win. But there's
yeah.
so many other things besides the black woman issue that she's pressing that's contributing to this situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we the story is great. We understand it. We know it. Most of us live it. But then there's so much other stuff on the outskirts that's messing up your story. That's making us not want to buy into it as much. And I don't know. I just want her to do something. So, anyway.
I mean, it was just so sad because I was like, yes, Monique, you're about to win. Yes, Tyler acknowledged his wrongs. Yes, Tyler said he's going to help you. Yes, yes,
right.
yes. And then she allowed this man to step in. I think that she has a huge fear of being alone, and I think that she has more insecurities that she put out there to the world. There's a lot that she's dealing with internally, and this guy is extremely manipulative. He's massaging her brain, and and I don't like it.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to call in and give my opinion. I finally caught you live, and I love you so much.
Thank you. I'm going to catch you live eventually. I promise. I appreciate you so much, Firestarter. You're awesome.
Okay. God bless you, and have a good day.
Bless you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We don't have any more calls. Did everybody leave for work? I see the traffic is... I'm always monitoring the traffic. I see the traffic is off the chain. I must have chose the wrong time of day to come on because lunchtime was crunk. Well, all the lunchtime people who wanted to call in before my computer was going dead. You liked her better when she was... Oh, y'all killing me with this heavier thing. I hate it when people say, oh, they never should have lost weight. Oh, she was fat and humble. Oh, now she's skinny and a bitch. I don't buy into that. I don't think her weight has anything to do with this situation. At the end of the day, it's a lot going on. We know about her childhood or what we know of it. We know about, the horrific things that, that people did to her when she was growing up. We know the story. So there's some more things going on that, contributes to her attitude, whatever it is at the moment. But the situation with Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, Oprah, feeling like all of these, Hollywood heavyweights are against her because of this, that, and the third. I just, there's a lot of it, that I agree with, because I do know for a fact that black women aren't paid, the same salaries as the white actors. We know that. And typically in corporate America, they aren't. But the things that are going on, it's just one thing after the next. The Will Packer situation, the leaking emails, the leaking phone calls, the situation with Dame Dash is a bit different. I mean, Dame hasn't leaked no texts. We haven't heard no phone calls from Lee Daniels. Yeah, he confronted him in a public place and it was recorded and blah blah blah, but to me that's totally different. This man owed me money. I'm gonna confront him, whatever the case may be. But I've been in a situation where people put out texts and a lot of them weren't even true. So, people can construct stuff and make you look some kind of way just because you reached out to them one time. People can alter phone conversations, just like, a bunch of the phone conversations that were leaked. It was choppy. It wasn't smooth from beginning to end. We don't know what Tyler was about to say at the end before it was cut off, because that's all that, was leaked. It's just an interesting scenario. Like, when does it end? Like, nobody's guard is going to be down at this point. Nobody's going to want to reach out. Nobody's going to want to text, send you an email, because it might end up on the internet. Why would I, risk my career, my livelihood, my relationships with other people by saying, hey, Monique, I'm going to try to get you this job. I'm going to go, over XYZ's head and get you hired. And then, it doesn't happen. And she put that on the internet and it's messed you up with your company or corporation or business. So, it's just an interesting situation. But the Dame Dash situation got everybody kind of looking at the Monique situation differently. But I think they're two totally different things. One, but yeah, Lee Daniels, he's proven to be, snake like. But Lee Daniels is one person out of the five people that Monique has been having issues with. And again, it's not just the Monique attitude situation. It's everything else. It's the husband. It's the way they go about it. People in the chat saying, well, you aren't married. Are you married? Blah, blah, blah. You don't know what it's like to have a strong black man in your corner. Okay, a strong black man in my corner. I've been married. And I left that nigga when I found out he wasn't for me. So, having a strong black man is one thing, but having a man who is the demise of you is another. Like, nobody's telling her to leave her husband. By all means, stay with him if he's making you happy. But there's some things in your business life that needs to be separated from your personal. So that's just my 2 cents. I'm sticking to it. Nobody else wants to talk about it. But yeah, it's just an interesting, dynamic going on with these two. Monique should have a partner and not a host. Yeah. So, you guys, what did you say? Monique? Oh, a parasite. Well, yeah, he is very kind of parasitic. And, Firestarter, I actually was saying the other day that it's like a pimp hoe mentality. Like, a lot of hoes, at least the ones I see on TV, because I don't know many that I know of in real life, they call the pimp daddy, that's they bottom bitch and all of this, it's like, and here she is publicly saying, I call him daddy, I don't even want to go into all that, but the relationship is what it is. They put it out here, y'all like, we scrutinizing this relationship, but they put this relationship out there. They publicly announced they have an open relationship. They publicly, do a relationship show where they talk about their relationship. So, what else can we do but look at this relationship and go, this relationship is weird. It's really kind of toxic. We know about your issues. Monique, you're broken, and then you found a man that clearly is honing in on those broken bits and pieces and turning you into something else. I mean, she appears to be strong when it comes to standing on her own and talking about it. But then on the other hand, you got this man that has to, it's too much. You said Dr. Heavenly sound crazy too. Yeah, I mean, but at least Heavenly's a doctor, her husband's a doctor, but Heavenly don't have her doctor husband in there working on other people's teeth for her. You know what I'm saying? And if they want to call their husband's daddy, it's their business. I don't even care about that. I'm just saying the overall perception of the things that are going on and the way he is, portraying himself and acting and all of that. Is there somebody else on the line? Hello? Oh, shoot. You should. I didn't even know you were on the line. Just looked down and saw. I'm sorry. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Kim
Hey,
from
Kim.
Chicago.
Hey, Kim. How are you?
Hey,
What do you think about this situation?
Kim Lynn on the chat too.
Kim Lynn. Okay. What do you think about this?
Yeah, Kim Lynn. How you doing? Yeah, listen, I just wanted to say, first of all, yesterday I had a chance to catch the replay when you were talking about Monique. And I have to tell you, you got a patience of an angel. The point that you were trying to make, I think it went over their head about saying, she needs to do something different.
Yes.
And they weren't getting it. And one of the things I was thinking about that Monique really missed out on the opportunity with the whole situation with the Me Too movement, mm-hmm. and all of these women are coming up saying, what's going on with them. They're talking about, not having equal pay. Monique, if she was smart, first of all, one of the problems is that you need to know that you got to pick and choose your battles. You can't fight with everybody and burn your bridges, mm-hmm. and then expect to work. That's not going to work. And that's one of the issues that I've seen with her is that whenever she's in an interview, she is constantly battling with everybody that has something to say. She should take that energy and galvanize the people who are her fans. And then, like what's her name? I think it's Jennifer Lawrence. She's like the it girl in Hollywood now. Jennifer Lawrence, I think, wrote an open letter about women not getting equal pay and stuff like that in the business. If Monique was smart, you should get with like minds, and you should hook up with people who are taking the bull by the horns and trying to fight the cause of everybody trying to get their pay and getting recognized for that. And so she, to me, is not reaching out to the people that could help actually like put her out there in a way that's in a more positive light. And two, she probably could have also hooked up with Octavia. What's her name?
Octavia Spencer.
Butler. Is it Butler?
I think it's Octavia Spencer. I think.
I forgot. What happened? I don't know if you heard this story, but this was like right around after the Me Too movement. There's a white actress that told Octavia. She says, you know what, women need to get the same pay, as the guys and blah, blah, blah. And so Octavia had to school her and say, listen, the black women are not getting paid what our white counterparts are getting. And so the white actress was like, taken back by it. And so they went to whatever production company it was that they were supposed to be working with and renegotiated their contract where Octavia's getting paid her due, what she was supposed to be getting paid equivalent to a white actress. Mm-hmm. And so Monique, to me, is like battling with everybody. She's, constantly, got these bitter grapes. And my thing is she needs to go ahead and reach out to people who also are having issues with this, and she would actually, I think, come out ahead. That's my thing of doing something different.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like mass, but for her to keep, for her and her husband, I know that I heard an interview with him, and he doesn't have any background in what he's doing. Now I know he's supposed to have her best interest at heart, but at the same time, if you don't have the skills, if you don't have the know-how, that's an art to being able to negotiate contracts. You got to know what the hell you're doing.
I guess his
you
resume,
go in, in any kind of way, and gangbusters like that. You got to. There's a certain way you have to conduct yourself, and there's a certain skills that you need to know in order for you to do contracts. See, people don't understand contracts. They don't understand how to be.
But here's the thing. I mean, in his defense, just playing devil's advocate, he's been, her manager for however many years, 10, 15, however many long they've been together. He's negotiated all of her contracts. So Monique is his resume. So now that she's come to this impasse, you know what I mean? Like, do we blame him now or do we blame her, or you know what I mean? Because I do feel like we need to give him some props for I guess getting her through the door or negotiating her or whatever it is he was doing up until this point. He has gotten her roles, he has negotiated her contracts, he has done all those things. But here we are now. I don't know that all the blame lies on him, but a lot of it does. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they both have some part in this.
I do too. I just hope that she don't end up with a Mary J. Blige Kendu situation.
True.
Because he's really banking off of her, and I just really feel he just comes across. I mean, of course, I don't know him like a lot of people, but the way he's come across, like when you played that the way he was acting when they were speaking to Tyler Perry, I thought that was absolutely horrible.
Mm-hmm. I did too.
And my thing is that that's how his demeanor is when he's talking to people. I can see now why a lot of times Monique is going to miss out on a lot of opportunity because nobody's going to put up with that. They're going to say thank you very much, and they're going to send them right on back out the door. They don't have to deal with that.
And that's probably what happened to Netflix.
The way he came across, but his demeanor towards Tyler Perry, I thought was just horrible.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't, but like I said, I don't blame all of it on him. I think it's enough blame to go around. But like I disagree with you with. Agree with you were saying the other day about she needs to do something different, and she needs to, like I said, hook up with people who
other
are taking up
actresses
the cause in the first place.
And haven't you noticed that
she's battling everybody?
That's what I was about to say. But
everybody, and I'm a fan of Monique, and I'm surprised at her.
But haven't you noticed that Monique has never taken up the cause and said, well, this actress and this actress and this actress and this actress aren't getting paid and blah, blah, blah. It's always about her and her career and the things that have kept her back. Like, I do agree.
Well, see, that's what And that's what I mean, because that's what I'm saying. That's the difference that she needs to do. If it's like this is apparently, if you keep doing the same thing and you're not getting results, then you need to step back and say, well, what is it that I need to do different so that I can get something going? Because the way she's going about it now, it ain't happening.
Okay, because
if his demeanor is the way it was with Tyler Perry, it ain't happening. They're gonna have to go back to the drawing board and say, wait a minute, we need to go about this a different way. And my thing is, you get with like minds. You don't sit there and be like the martyr and sit up there and woe is me and everybody's against me. No, what you do is you hook up with folks
with everybody
that
else
are also having these same issues.
Right.
You can't sit there and she got to pick and choose her battles. And that's the problem I'm having with Monique. And I'm a big fan of hers, and I'm really surprised that she is handling herself the way she is. I really am.
Yeah.
I mean, it breaks my heart because she's a talented woman, and it's just like you're just going to see this talent go to waste because nobody's going to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Because imagine...
They're not going to be bothered with Monique if she keep going on the way she's doing it.
You're right. And imagine if Monique would have gotten with other actresses who have claimed to have been blackballed. You know what I mean? It would be like a class action suit in Hollywood. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be a suit, but you would have proof that all of this is happening. Like, this person had worked in 10 years and this person had worked in 10 years and I have an Oscar and I haven't worked either. You see, it would be interesting, if that were to happen. But again, every time we hear from Monique, it's all about, I'm being kept back because black women in Hollywood aren't getting their just due. We know that, but that's a generalization. Let's get the people who are actually not working, not doing the things that, they should be doing because of some strong producer. Like you said, the Me Too movement, somebody talked against them and now all the producers in Hollywood aren't working with these black people because of this. Let's see, where are these people? I know it's more than just Monique.
Right, and see, that's what I'm saying. Jennifer, and she's white, and she's like the it girl right now in Hollywood. Monique should have reached out to people like that because Jennifer, she's in a position where, if they unite, she would come out better here than trying to fight with everybody else because this whole thing about, trying to, go in on each person on each interview, that's not going to cut it. They're not going to cut you a check.
But you know what the last caller said.
I just have to tell you too.
Yes.
I have to tell you too. I clutched my pearls for Lee Daniels. I am really shocked.
What? That he was sitting there with that shawl on?
I didn't know Lee Daniels was. I didn't know he was that shifty and shady
with his shawl on. That was killing me. Like, I was like, really? Like, oh my God. He had that fight or flight response when Dame Dash walked up on him.
Yeah, I didn't know he was like that. I'm thinking I would never think after the success that Lee's been having that he didn't pay that man his money because I'm like, Lord, I hope this man don't punch him. And in the background, Diana Ross was singing "Reach Out and Touch Somebody's hand."
Yes, it was.
While Dame was about to reach out and touch Lee in the jaw.
I give Dame 1,000% props because imagine if somebody owed you that kind of money and you face to face with them. Like, where's my money? Tell these people. I mean, like, for real? Like, are you serious? Do you know what I've been going through? Because the $2 million is not in my bank account. Are you serious right now? Like, yeah, he exercises a lot of restraint.
He's got all the success. And he hasn't paid that man his money. I am shocked at Lee. I can't believe he did that.
Well, that's how the rich people stay rich, honey. They keep the money that they owe a lot of times. So,
Oh, that's how you do it? I've been doing it the wrong way then.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I keep paying everybody. I keep paying my bills. I need to stop paying my bills and file for bankruptcy or something. That's what Trump did. Shoot. But anyway.
And file for bankruptcy.
Thank you
my God,
so much.
All right, well, I thank you so much. I just wanted to just say I hope Monique can turn it around. I don't know if she can, but
I do too. I think there's still I think there's still hope. But again,
Yeah.
I don't want to keep saying it, but you just got to play chess and not checkers. You got to do something different. You got to not put these people on blast. If Tyler says he forgives her, maybe there may be some hope. Because once you put somebody like that information out, like a conversation, and that's a big name, nobody wants to call you. I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna talk to you.
Right, and see, that's what I'm saying. She burning her bridges with people. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You start burning your bridges. Now, people are like, well, she did that to him. I'm not going to touch her.
Exactly.
Well, I'm scared to talk to her on the phone now.
Mm-hmm. Text, phone calls. Remember, she put the emails out too for Will Packard.
I wouldn't.
I don't want to communicate. We gonna have to send pigeons or something because I don't know.
No,
I mean, a public place.
Smoke signals with Monique with that kind of mess. That's messy.
Right.
That's just messy. You don't do that. That's if you want to talk to the man, y'all have your private conversation. But to put him out like that, that's she done burnt that bridge down to a crisp.
She has.
So.
Well, thank you so much.
But like I said, keep hope alive.
I know, right? Thank you so much. I appreciate your input.
All right, I appreciate you too, and I appreciate your patience with all of this. So keep bringing it, girl. Keep doing what you do.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Caller 8564. You're on the line.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Who am I speaking with?
Okay. This is Monique.
Hey, Monique. Not that Monique.
I'm sorry?
I said, not that Monique.
No. No, not that. Not that Monique. But I was calling because I was listening, and I've been following the entire thing with the whole Monique and Tyler Perry and B. Daniels and just everybody. And everybody is constantly saying about Monique being blackballed. And when it first came out, she was saying herself that she was offered different roles. It just never was what she wanted to be paid to actually do that. So there was work. It's not like after this situation, everybody said, don't nobody work with her. There were roles offered. She just felt that since I got an Academy Award, now I should be getting double digits in the millions. And that's not what was being offered to her.
Yeah.
We have to also understand that when Monique first started, she was comedy. She did a few small roles in movies. Practice was the first, major thing she did as far as being recognized on that level playing field. So I think with her just thinking that, okay, so now I got this Academy Award and my whole life gonna change, and I'm gonna make $1 million, $1 trillion. That didn't happen for anybody.
Right.
That didn't happen for
Halle Berry.
What is that, Halle Berry? That didn't happen for none of them. They continue to work, and they continue to get more roles and better roles and better roles and better roles, and then the income grew and it increased as it actually worked. Now, when Monique says, and I listened to her when she says that, I didn't come at you like this. And when we talk, baby, sugar, sweetie, honey, when she goes through all her stuff, it's like, I'm looking at how you moving now. And when they was on the phone call with Tyler Perry, everything he tried to say, you asked the man a question. And when he started to answer you because it wasn't going in the direction you wanted it to go, and he wasn't saying what you wanted him to say, then you started over-talking him. Like within that conversation, that phone call, he could not get one whole sentence and thought out of his mouth.
Right.
Before either she started talking or her husband started talking. And the thing that I noticed about them, even when they was on with Charlamagne the God, it's like when you don't say what they want to say, and especially Monique, she's really good at it. It's almost like she starts to almost back you in a corner to get you to answer in the manner that she wants you to answer. Like when she called Charlamagne Leonard, we understand that that's his name. Leonard, or however she said it, we understand that that's his name. But he goes by Charlamagne the God. So when you say you've never been mad, and I don't have an attitude, and I don't handle people bad, and they talk about me, and all of this is not true. when you got on that show and continued to call that man Leonard, that was your attitude right there. That was your level of disrespect right there. Just because you wasn't screaming and hollering and cussing and fussing, it didn't take away from the fact that it was still your attitude being shown.
Mm-hmm. She's very, she can be condescending.
With her, she thinks because she puts sugar on it, because she calling you sweetie and honey and baby,
my
and her tone,
hi my
the
loves,
way she talks, I'm sorry?
Hi my loves.
Yeah, the way she actually says it, I think she takes that herself as being a nice thing, but it's actually condescending when you're dealing with grown people. It's very condescending. Very. And that's attitude within itself, but it's just a passive aggressive type of thing. Yeah. It's very passive aggressive.
So do you think it's something that Monique can do to redeem herself in Hollywood? Like now that she's put these emails and these phone calls and out there, like before she was just telling her story. Like she told us this story about Tyler Perry. She told us word for word that she had told Tyler to put Madea on the phone. She told us those things. Now she's leaked the phone number months later, I guess, to prove it, or because, things had died down. Now we talking about it again. Now, is there something that we can, she could do to, redeem?
I really don't know, because even listening to that conversation with Tyler Perry, when he said, so let me do this. Since you heard about this whole situation, and since, I'm with you, I'm your friend, he didn't necessarily agree with her that what she was saying, everything she was saying was true. She continued to overtalk him to try to put words in his mouth to make it seem like he was agreeing with everything. But when he said, would it be okay if I pay you
the
additional money that you should have
gotten? Right.
I don't want no handout.
Because clearly it's not about the money to her at this point. It's about clearing her name. She wants to be not seen as this angry, and I don't want to say angry black woman. At this point, Monique is just an angry woman. It's just a lot.
And that's the thing. But I think she doesn't see herself as angry because she's not portraying. She's not what we see like on the reality TV shows where they're wearing glasses and they're cussing and fussing and they're fighting. You know what I mean? I think she kind of has it a little twisted when she feels like I don't have an attitude because she's not doing the loud talking, and she's not screaming and hollering and cussing. But when you talk to me and you say, oh, baby, honey, sweetie, and all of that, you're cutting me, but you're just doing it real subtle. If I don't catch it, then I'm stupid and I don't know what you're doing. But you're being condescending with me, and you're playing a game when you're talking to me the way you talk to me. And I think that's the confusion. I think a lot of it is when it kind of feels like because she doesn't do all the hoopla, and all the screaming and everything, she doesn't seem that she has attitude. But when you listen to her and you listen to how she addresses people, and when you listen to how when you're in a conversation with her, you cannot get a word in edgewise. That's disrespect and that's angry right there. Who has a conversation with somebody and you ask them a question and you don't even give them an opportunity to answer your question?
Well, there you have it.
That's anger right there.
Yeah, I just feel like she just needs to, just a total image readjustment. I
think. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
My phone kind of cut out. I didn't hear that you were still talking. I think when everything happened and she won the Oscar, I think Monique should have continued to work. And yes, some of the roles that she was being offered, it wasn't what she thought as an Oscar-winning person should have been worthy of getting. She felt like when she won the Oscar, she went to a whole nother level. And she's a good actress. She's the part that she's had. She played her part well. Mm-hmm. But also, the thing is, just keep on working.
Right.
When you get to the point where you make yourself to where, that's with any of us. We have our jobs, and most of us are underpaid on our job. But when you do your job to the point where you're needed,
Mm-hmm.
you can go to the table and ask for what you want.
Right.
But when you just starting and you're still in the learning process, because again, she was a new actress.
Right.
You know, you're still in a process of honing your craft. You know what I mean? Just keep on working, and it'll get to the point where you are going to be noticed and needed. And that's just like everything coming out with Lee Daniels with this guy. That's what you were kind of saying yesterday. If you just be quiet, you don't have to talk.
The truth is
The
going to
world
be
gonna talk
revealed.
for you. And look, and it came out. It came out with
The
the
truth
whole
don't need no help. The
and
truth don't need no help.
exactly. You're trying to prove yourself, and look at what just came out with Lee Daniels and Danny Day.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said, like, if it's not true, the only thing she got to do is continue to live her life. Now, I feel like there's enough evidence against her at this point that she needs to do something to flip the script. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just, and I don't know what that is. You know, like, I feel like she, you know, her cause is worthy, but, you know, there's some things going on right now that you know, has people questioning it. Not to say that it's not valid, but there's so many other factors that are going on that you just can't just be all 100% here. I might be 90% for you. You know what I'm saying? But then I got Sydney over here in this conversation and this, and I know there are some things, you know, with black actresses in Hollywood. We know that. But again, as the other caller was saying, you need to, like, you know, collaborate, corral all the other actresses that this is happening to. And maybe, you know, it'll make your voice louder and your cause a little bit more, you know, understandable. So I don't know.
And that's the thing too, Michelle. Let's not forget. You were offered $50,000 for the movie, and it's not to say that he was wrong and she's wrong, because I feel like in a lot of it she's right. It's just the way she's going about handling the business.
Exactly.
But you were offered $50 and you accepted it and you signed a contract for the $50. That's like if I sell you my house and you pay me a certain amount of money, but then in the next couple of weeks, the value of my house
go up. I can't
come back to you and say, nah, since you done made more money off this house and you told it to me a couple of weeks ago, we need to void that contract and you need to give me the rest of my money.
What you said.
Like, I can't do that.
What you said. Well, thank you so much, caller.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your input.
Thank you.
You know what's so funny? The caller just said that, and I'm in the process of putting my house on the market, and we were like trying to decide where to start, and I was like, start high and go low, because my thing is, if I start at a lower price and then it's appraised for a higher price, it's just like giving the person, you know, this money on the table. No, I want to start high, and if it's appraised higher than that, you know, fine, good for them, but I want to start higher than what I feel like it's worth. But, you know, just an aside, I just thought that was funny. Caller 7681, you're on the line.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, who am I speaking with?
This is Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine. I was just calling because about the whole Dame Dash and Lee Daniels situation. I feel like this just really kind of shed a light on Lee Daniels' character. You know, it's just like, I feel like he's been, you know, sheltered by his friends, you know, Tyler, Oprah, and Will.
But
like,
you didn't think Lee Daniels
really
was a little shady anyway? You didn't think that from the, like, I didn't think he ever was pristine from the beginning. Like, I always thought he was a little.
Yeah, I did too, because, like, you know, even with the whole Monique situation, like, I understand, you know, she agreed to do Precious for a certain amount. However, you know, when it got the traction that it got, you know, and then now y'all want to, you know, do this media run, why not, you know what I'm saying, renegotiate with her and, you know, offer, you know, a little bit more money. Like, I just feel like, you know, that was messed up. You know, it just, yeah, he's always been shady. Even with, you know, I was seeing something about the Taraji, you know, like how much, you know, she makes. I didn't watch Star because it's like,
I couldn't watch Star.
I'm not fit to watch this. Like, you got this white girl as this lead, and like she's not the center of hip hop. Like, really? Like, I don't know.
I
I don't
don't know.
know, but I just feel like that this just really showed who he really was as a person.
It did.
Like, well, it shed a light on it. Like Monique, she, might have uncovered a layer or so, but with everything going on around her, like how this conversation shifted, more so to like Monique and her negativity, like it overshadows like, the main point, like he's shady, like y'all, like hey, but everybody's so, focused on like, the Monique thing that it kind of gets overshadowed and he kind of gets, a pass and wiggles on through and, continues to do it to the next person.
Right. So you think Dame was right in putting him on blast the way he did?
Yes. Yes. I mean,
so you condone put people on blast on social media?
You know what? For the simple fact, if you've done everything that you could do, legally, and it's like when you in that situation, it's like you can never win. It's like I'm doing everything right, and this person's steady getting away, and they steady making it. And you get to a point to where like you have nothing left but to just put it on social media for to just relieve it, get it off your chest, and just really put it out there. And maybe like hey, with all the backlash, hey,
yeah, maybe it'll shame this person into finally doing right.
Exactly. Yes. It's like, that's your last option. Nobody wants to put their business on social media. Like, you going through something like this. You want to keep it between you and that person because obviously he has some type of respect for him.
Right.
But
because if not, you wouldn't have got the money in the first place. If you didn't have
exactly.
Proves my point. Proves my point. Well, thank you so much.
That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, I appreciate you calling. I appreciate you.
All
right.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. That might be the last call. I appreciate you guys. Unless, somebody wants to call. I'm watching. Y'all keep seeing me look like this. Normally, I'm looking at the traffic, right? And I keep trying not to. But it's just hard. But now I'm looking at this big ass storm cloud. I don't know if y'all can see it. Hold on. Can y'all see that? Hold on. How can I show you? Look at this storm cloud. Y'all see this storm cloud? I'm like, and it's right over my head. That's why I kept looking. I'm like, it's rolling in. This storm cloud is rolling in. So, y'all was wondering why I'm looking. That is why. I'm like, it's about to rain. So I'm about to get off these electronics real quick and go lay down in front of the couch. It's the perfect Netflix and chill day. I'm just like, ooh, it's about this. And it hasn't even started raining yet. It's just a big ass storm cloud and it's thundering. It's about to thunder. And, in addition to the traffic, let's not even talk about the traffic. There's the cloud. And there's the traffic. I don't know if you can see the traffic. Traffic. Cloud. I'm just like, child, what is going on? God is amazing. You see what he can do? Man, we have no control over the weather. We have no control. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like this video. Please like this video. Subscribe to the channel. I will be back. Hopefully I'll do these a little bit more consistently. I'm trying to do them at least, twice during the day so I can get some of the people who don't get to come in late at night. I'm a night owl. So, it's probably almost time for my nap. It's 5:30. Yeah, it's probably time for my nap because I stay up late. But anyway, you guys, thank you for calling. Thank you for your input. I appreciate you. If you owe somebody some money, make payment arrangements. Call them, apologize. Here's the thing. Your karma will be a lot better. Your karma will be a lot better if you just go ahead and, clear your debt. I ain't talking about with the Alphabet Boys, Target and Sears and all that. They can work it out. I'm just talking about if you didn't borrow some money. If you done borrowed some money, if you owe some people some money, And I'm talking to the people that I'm talking about, in case I gotta go back to court, because I'm looking for some more people, because I'm all about my coins. I don't care if it's $5, I don't care if it's $10, I don't care if it's $2 million. Pay them people their money, okay? Thank you guys for tuning in. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, straightfromtheA.com. Visit straightfromtheA.com daily. Hey, Lynette, thank you guys for tuning in, squad. I will see you later. Bye. Be careful out there in this weather, ATLs, ATLians, squads.